Hello and welcome back to our KSP career, and in today's episode we will be doing a rotation of the crew on the Minmus Station. Actually, I'm just sending one pilot, Alex, to actually take over the station and hold it while the three Kerbals that have been in previous episode exposed to radiation, at least as noted by Kerbalism, can go back home and, relax, come back and hopefully, recover. I'm not playing with, permanent radiation damage, and I'm hoping that I wouldn't, because it would be just too hard. So, yeah, I want this playthrough to still be fun enough. So I'm going to return them back to Kerbal, and in the meantime, Alex will be taking care of our Minmus orbital station. So, I'm also trying to design as simple craft as possible with as few parts as possible, just to ensure that we can actually, build it as fast as possible before our four Kerbals get an unhealthy dose of radiation, which will be glowing too green. Yes. So, right, so the rescue craft is being built. Actually, it's crew rotation. I was at the point I was thinking that I needed to rescue everybody, but in fact it is a little bit more simpler than that. And guys, for those of you who are sharp-eyed and like the trivia, on this craft, when I was designing it, I have actually forgotten one part to put. Now, it is up to you to figure out which one that is. It will become evident later on in the video. But I'm really challenging you, put your thoughts in the comments when you look at the design of the craft, what part did I forget? It's no spoiler. I mean, the mission should progress as intended. However, I think it would be fun for you to actually do this a little bit of a trivia. Alright, so we are ready to launch our rescue craft, and I'm just gonna press the launch, and I'm gonna be filling the only one seat with Alex. There we go. Alex is screaming towards the skies in this simplistic, literally screaming. Alex, hey buddy, everything will be fine. Yeah, see, no problems whatsoever. This is actually a very stable rocket that works perfectly, has been tried and tested, and we have gotten rid of the O-scrap. Yes, I know, buddy. I see the amount of relief on your face. Yeah, no worries, buddy. All right, cool. So we are burning towards the apoapsis of 100 kilometers when we will be actually circularizing, and everything should be hunky-dory. There we go. Beautiful. So, right, there we go. Okay. Standard circularization, nothing really out of the ordinary. We will be performing circularization burn, and then we shall be going to Minmus and hopefully exchanging the crew and then returning back to Kerbal. So, there we go. Perfect. Alright, solar panel is occluded by the decoupler. Well, I can just rotate it and now it should be fine. There we go. See? No problems. We will be starting the burn in 50 seconds. Just align the craft prograde. Oh, look at it. It looks beautiful. There we go. Alright, so that is this corrected. So now we just need to plan the transfer. Actually, I already did the inclination change. You don't really need to see all of those nitty-gritty details. You've seen them enough times. So, fiddling a little bit with the periapsis, making sure that it's decent enough, after which we shall be burning in 28 minutes. So, getting ready, aligning the craft prograde, and hitting. We have dumped the ascent stage because we have spent the delta V on the inclination change, so the poodles are now generating 1.66 amount of thrust to weight ratio, which is, I think it's actually pretty nice given the fact that the poodles are normally a rather weak engine. See, rescue craft is going, with a little bit of radiation. we are crossing the Van Allen belts. However, I mean, the craft has enough shielding, so when we are coming into Minmus, the orientation of the craft was wrong, which I needed to correct, as you can tell here. And the burn is not really that significant. It's just, you know, 203 meters per second. I mean, if I execute it earlier, means it will be less. See? There we go. Good enough in my book. Now we need to perform a orbital insertion burn around Minmus, after which we will be circularizing and hopefully rendezvousing with the Minmus Station. There we go. Pointing the craft in the direction of the maneuver, which would be orbit retrograde, and we have 173 meters per second to burn, after which we need to make sure that we perform the rendezvous with the space station. There we go. So, there we go. Let's just put it somewhere on the descending node, make sure that the ascending and descending node are at 0.0, and then fiddle a little bit until we get a decent enough encounter. There we go. The burn will be in 2 hours and 58 minutes. Alright, so turn, and after that burn. By the way, the burn is 0.9 seconds, so I have induced the thrust limiter to make sure that I have a controllable burn. Otherwise I would just overburn it, so yeah. There we go. Good enough. Good enough in my book. Now let us set up the encounter. Make sure that we do have a decent encounter with the station. There we go. That looks good to me. And after performing the burn, we are finally encountering the station. And now we come to the question, which part did I omit? For those of you that have actually said docking port, you are entirely correct. So that's something that I've completely omitted. Not that it's needed here, so as I said, it didn't have an impact overall, but the Rodan capsule doesn't come with the docking port on top, it just comes with a prepared spot for the docking port, which I forgot to put. So we will be doing this old school, alright? Take the station, EVA, get out and get that Kerbal transferred, the first one being Terry Griffin, which will be serving as a screenshot for the episode. Hey Terry! Yeah, alright. Smiley face, that's really important to take a smiley selfie, that we know that the fact that the amount of radiation you took, it's not affecting you in the slightest. There we go. Dorothy, Rodster and Dan. Come on. Alright, so you are in the crew module, so we cannot exit as the module doesn't have a hatch. Alright, so you have to be exiting through the science lab. Alright. Let's open another antenna so that the science being transferred can actually go a little bit faster, because it's transmitting one file for a while now, so yeah, there we go. Alright, come in. That's 2 out of 4. Then we have Dan and Rodster. Rodster, get out. I mean, Dan is the engineer. Everybody knows that the engineer is the last one to leave the ship. So, besides, Dan needs to hand the station over to Alex, who is a pilot. He's not an engineer, but he will be taking care of the station until a relief squad comes. There you go. There we go, and grab board. Right, so turn the SAS on and please reorient the craft. I mean, what the bananas. So, you will be transferring inside and then we'll be... Okay, let's turn in the normal prograde. There we go, much better. And Dan, are you ready? Oh, look, final look at his small workplace where he was being stationed for a while. Dan, Buddy, thank you very much for your, contributions, but it's time to get you home. After all, you are glowing in the dark a little bit too much for my taste. Get in, yeah. Time to perform the ejection burn and get out of here. So, there we go. All right. Perfect. Just trying to find a good enough curb in periapsis. I think it should be around 35 to 40-ish, which would ensure that we get captured and everything looks fine. So, our Minmus Station crew is ejecting and going back home. Beautiful. Alright. So, that thing being said, final burn and correcting the curb in periapsis, and there we go. Whoa! Okay, I might have put in a little bit pedal on the accelerator too hard here. However, we are going through the radiation belt and our apoapsis is a little bit high. Periapsis, okay, let's burn after all. There we go, disconnect and everything shall be fine. Going through the atmosphere and making sure that we decelerate enough so that we can get everybody safely back home. But by the way, periapsis height, if in case you saw it, it is 40, not 40 kilometers, 40 million meters, meaning we'll need to do a couple of lapses, around the Kerbal. So yeah, that's first laps. Let's pull down the second lap. I mean, the craft is being exposed to the extreme radiation as if it wasn't enough for the crowd, but I think it will be fine. So, there we go. Going fine, and after that we shall be performing the landing. So, there we go, decelerating. Now we will no longer go for another lap around the Kerbal. We will be landing gently, hopefully gently, on the surface of Kerbal, and we are doing that through a little bit of acceleration. 13 kilometers. I've just, kicked in the chutes. That should hopefully secure that we land ever so nicely. Then deploying, this is actually the the drogue chutes, then the main chutes, and as we are descending down, okay, 200 meters, we will be engaging the thrusters if need be. There we go, no need. Alright, so I had some issues recovering the vessel. Why, I have no idea, but our kerbals are safely recovered and they have earned themselves a bunch of ribbons for every occasion. Right, beautiful. That puts us to the end of this episode. You know what to do. Like if you like the episode. That tells the YouTube algorithm that you appreciate the content. And I will be seeing you guys in the next episode. Especially if you press the subscribe button, because then you'll be notified when the new episode comes out. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.